Now, while menstruation is a universal biological process, access to proper menstrual hygiene is far from universal. The statistics, frankly, are startling and underscore why Menstrual Hygiene Day is so critical. Now, globally, nearly 500 million people worldwide lack access to basic menstrual hygiene facilities, which include clean water, safe and private toilets, and affordable and appropriate menstrual products.
They been cramping my style all week. Craving chocolate treats, checking pants, checking seeds, sipping herbal tea, and fight for menstrual equity. Sheesh, man, I kick Cramp's ass. 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 You're now tuned in to the Kick Cramp's Ass podcast with your host, Brittany Walker, advocating for menstrual equity, period poverty, and womb wellness. New episodes on Menstruation Mondays.
Happy Menstruation Monday, and welcome back to the Kick Cramp's Ass podcast, where I am your host, Brittany Walker, but I go by B. And today we are recording this in just ahead of a very significant date, which is May 28th. This day is not just another calendar mark, but it is actually Menstrual Hygiene Day. Our goal today is to demystify, educate, empower, and shine a much needed light on menstrual health and hygiene, both globally and right here at your home. We will explore what all this day is about, share some crucial statistics, touch on important health considerations like toxic shock syndrome, which is TSS, and offer practical tips for managing your period with confidence and comfort. So let's go ahead and get started. Now, you know we like to kick off each episode with the I am power statement. I representing inspiration, A representing affirmations, and M representing manifestations. And the I am power statement for today is: my period is a cleansing and rejuvenating process and is supported through consistent menstrual hygiene practices. Ashe. Now, you know we also like to give a quote of the day, and today's is: let's celebrate Menstrual Hygiene Day by committing to education and advocacy. Together, we can create a future where menstruation is understood, respected, and supported. And that's by the Menstrual Hygiene Day organization. Now, as a Menstrual Hygiene Day partner, we are committed to advocating for a more period-friendly world. Better menstrual hygiene opportunities, better menstrual hygiene facilities, and menstrual equity for all of those who menstruate globally. Now, I did pull this information directly from the Menstrual Hygiene Day website, and we will also plug in an episode in the description of this episode that we did last season, season 2, where we actually interviewed one of the co-founders and the leaders of the Menstrual Hygiene Day organization. But back to the information from their website. Now, the common mission of Menstrual Hygiene Day movement is to create a period-friendly world. A period-friendly world is a world in which menstruation is accepted as a normal fact of life and is no longer stigmatized. It is a world in which everyone is educated about menstruation from an early age. In a period-friendly world, everyone has access to quality and affordable period products of their choice. Everyone has access to period-friendly toilets. And in a period-friendly world, menstrual health services are available to everyone. It is a world where no one is held back just because they menstruate. All right, guys, we're going to go ahead and cut to a quick commercial break, and we're going to take a sip of our good old Cramp Elixir, our bestseller from 2023 and 2024, and we will be right back with you. Have you tried our bestseller, the Cramp Elixir? It's our herbal tea blend designed to reduce and eliminate menstrual cramps, PMS symptoms, and other uterine health issues that are hindering your day-to-day progress. Our elixir may decrease inflammation, reduce stress and anxiety, regulate blood flow, balance your mood, and it can kick cramps ass. It includes a variety of herbs including hibiscus, red raspberry leaf, calendula, motherwort, ashwagandha, plus more. Head over to kickcrampsass.org and grab yours today. Now, back to the show. Welcome back from that commercial break. We hope that you enjoyed it. So, what exactly is Menstrual Hygiene Day? Menstrual Hygiene Day, often shortened to MH Day, was initiated by a German nonprofit called Wash United in 2014. Now, WASH stands for Water, Sanitation, and Hygiene. Now, the date, May 28th, is not just random. It is a cleverly chosen date because May is the fifth month, symbolizing the average 5 days of a period, and the 28th actually represents the average length of a menstrual cycle. So we put together 528, making Menstrual Hygiene Day. The overarching goal of MH Day is simple yet profound: to break the silence, raise awareness, and change negative social norms surrounding menstruation. It is about promoting good menstrual hygiene management, or MHM, for everyone who menstruates, regardless of their background or their location. It is also a day to collectively push for a world where no one is held back because they have their period. It's just not about providing pads or tampons, but it's also about dignity, health, and human rights. So let's go ahead and get to not just national, but global statistics and challenges. Now, while menstruation is a universal biological process, access to proper menstrual hygiene is far from universal. The statistics, frankly, are startling and underscore why Menstrual Hygiene Day is so critical. Now, globally, nearly 500 million people worldwide lack access to basic menstrual hygiene facilities, which include clean water, safe and private toilets, and affordable and appropriate menstrual products. Now, a 2022 article titled Period Poverty: Why It Should Be Everyone's Business, it confirmed that over 500 million individuals lack access to menstrual hygiene products and facilities. In addition, two-thirds of the 16.9 million low income menstruators in the United States could not afford menstrual products in the past year, with half of this needing to choose between menstrual products and foods. So imagine trying to manage your period in a public place with no privacy, or having to choose between whether you're going to eat and if your family's going to eat, or buying the essential hygiene supplies that your body needs. Now, the education gap is equally concerning. In many parts of the world, and even in some communities here in the United States, girls, women, and menstruators lack accurate information about their own bodies. They might learn about menstruation only when they get their first period, or even later, often then from unreliable sources, leading to fear and misunderstanding. Hence why here at Kick Cramps Ass, we offer so many multiple forms of resources, tools, and support based on your preferred learning styles or accessibility. Now, this lack of access and education, combined with deep-seated societal stigma and shame, leads to significant consequences. So we see stories of young girls missing school during their periods. In some countries, as many as 1 in 4 girls miss school, jeopardizing their education and future opportunities. More specifically, in this article from 2016 titled Globally Periods Are Causing Girls to Be Absent from School, a UNESCO report estimates that 1 in 10 girls in sub-Saharan Africa misses school during their menstrual cycle. By some estimates, this equals as much as 20% of a given school year. Now, many girls tend to drop out of school altogether once they begin menstruating. Now, should young women miss 20% of their school days in a given year due to lack of facilities, or due to lack of information or lack of sanitary products? This is not good, guys. And again, this article is from 2016. We are now in 2025, 9 years later, and we're still having this issue and it's continuing to grow. Now, women tend to miss work, impacting their economic independence. The cycle of period poverty and shame perpetuates inequality and limits potential. So, according to the study in 2019 titled Productivity Loss Due to Menstruation Related Symptoms, a nationwide cross sectional survey among 32,748 women. The research team determined a total of 80.7% of menstruators report decreased productivity while at work due to their period, which on average is about 23.2 days per calendar year. Now, to add on to these statistics, according to a 2023 article titled Menstrual Symptoms Hurt Workplace Productivity of Many Women, UVA Health Survey finds. Therefore, a new UVA Health Survey revealed that menstrual symptoms reduce the workplace productivity of many American menstruators, with 45.2% reporting that their symptoms require them to take days off. And it's just not about social and economic disadvantages. So, as we can see, guys, there are statistics and there's so much research out there explaining the period poverty that we have due to insufficient menstrual hygiene globally. And it's just not about social and economic disadvantages. There are very real health implications when proper menstrual hygiene is neglected. But first, let's cut to a quick commercial break and we'll be right back with you. Tired of clunky remote recordings? Level up with Riverside FM Pro. Get studio quality audio and video, effortless editing with powerful AI tools, and seamless live streaming and collaboration. Become a pro of Riverside.fm and unlock the full potential of your content. Sign up today and make your voice heard. Visit the link in the description of this episode to discover more. Now, back to the show. Welcome back from that commercial break. We hope that you enjoyed it. Now, this brings us to a crucial health topic, menstrual hygiene ailments. While many discomforts are normal with a period, poor hygiene can lead to serious issues. Now, directly related to menstrual hygiene products, let's get into toxic shock syndrome, or TSS. Now, TSS is a rare but life-threatening bacterial infection. It is primarily caused by certain strains of bacteria. Now, while it can affect anyone, it is most commonly associated with menstruating individuals, particularly those who use super absorbent tampons and leave them in for extended periods of time. Now, here why this is so important to be aware of TSS. The bacteria can produce toxins that rapidly spread throughout the bloodstream, leading to severe symptoms. Now, this may include a sudden high fever, vomiting, diarrhea, a sunburn like rash, muscle aches, dizziness, confusion, and even headaches. But if left untreated, TSS can quickly progress to organ failure, shock, and even death. It is vital to recognize these symptoms and seek immediate medical attention if you suspect TSS. Beyond TSS, other common ailments linked to less than ideal hygiene include yeast infections, bacterial vaginosis, which is BV, and even urinary tract infections. Beyond TSS, other common ailments linked to less than ideal hygiene include yeast infections, whether you get them ever so often or recurring, and we did talk about that last episode through our Candida overgrowths. We will drop a link to that episode in the description of this one. All right, bacterial vaginosis, which is BV, and even urinary tract infections. These are often linked to prolonged moisture, pH imbalances, or improper cleansing. Being mindful of how you wipe yourself with toilet tissue, meaning front to back and not back to front, the material of your underwear, how frequently you change your undergarments, what you eat, what you drink, practicing safe and hygienic sex, your sanitation practices, how often you change the towels or items that you use to bathe with, eliminating douching, and how often you change your menstrual hygiene products can easily help rectify your pH balance and restore your vaginal area. However, menstrual hygiene could still also negatively impact your menstrual cycle process, meaning your blood flow, your duration, etc. It can also increase PMS symptoms or lead to ailments like infertility, endometriosis, or fibroids. With all of that being said, then let's talk about essential menstrual hygiene tips. Let's shift gear to empowerment and practical knowledge, knowing what we can do about the challenges and potential health risks. What are some essential menstrual hygiene tips that every menstruator should know and practice? First, the general principle is simple: cleanliness, regular product changes, appropriate product choice, and listening to your body. First, product changing frequency is key. For tampons and pads, aim to change them every 4 to 8 hours. I even say every 4 to 6. If you have a very heavy flow, you might need to change them more often. For menstrual cup, disc, or even underwear, they can often be worn longer, typically up to 8 or 12 hours, but always follow the specific manufacturer guidelines. I still recommend every 4 to 6 hours with these as well, just to stay on top of your hygienic practices if you have accessibility to do so and can afford. But if you're using reusable products, then I would say definitely try to exchange them every 6 to 8 hours as well. Hand washing is the next tip. It is non-negotiable. Always wash your hands thoroughly with soap and water before and after changing any menstrual product, or when you're dealing with any type of unsanitary issues after you wash dishes, after you use the restroom, before you have sexual activity. It is so important to keep your hands washed. Now, our third tip is when it comes to washing your body, focus on external cleansing only. Use mild soap and water, or just simply water to clean your vulva. That is right, you can use just water to clean your vaginal area. Now, the vagina is a self cleaning organ, and douching or using harsh perfume soaps internally can disrupt its natural pH balance, leading to infections. The next tip is choose the right product. It is a personal decision. There's a wide array of availability from traditional disposable pads and tampons to reusable options like menstrual cups, discs, period underwear, like we just mentioned. Experiment to find out what's most comfortable, accessible, and suitable for your lifestyle and your flow. If you prefer using tampons, remember to always use the lowest absorbency tampon and all natural or organically made for your flow to reduce TSS risk. Our next tip is proper storage of your menstrual products is also important. Keep them in a clean, dry place to prevent contamination. And speaking of our next tip, what should you do with used products? Meaning disposal matters. Always wrap used pads or tampons and place them in a waste bin. So wrap them in the wrapper that you're taking the new pad or tampon out of, toilet tissue. You need to be able to dispose adequately. And then place them in a waste bin. Please never flush them down the toilet, as they can significantly cause plumbing issues and environmental issues. And lastly, but most importantly, the tip is to listen to your body. Get to know what is normal for your cycle, your flow, and your discomfort levels. If you experience unusual pain, discharge, persistent odor, extremely heavy bleeding, or any symptoms that worry you, do not hesitate to seek medical advice from a health professional. And if you cannot afford one, look into free resources online or within the community for further assistance. All right, guys, so we're going to go ahead and cut to this quick commercial break, and we will be right back with you. Periods got you down? Kick cramps to the curb with Pilates for periods. Our online program combines targeted Pilates, soothing yoga, calming meditation, and breathwork to help you manage your menstrual cycle naturally. Feel stronger, calmer, and more in control. Reclaim your comfort visit Pilates for Periods YouTube page linked in the description of this episode and start your journey to a more manageable cycle today. Now, back to the show. Welcome back from that commercial break. We hope that you enjoyed it. So let's go ahead and get into some news and announcements. We've been talking about Menstrual Hygiene Day all day today, and although it is May 26th, Menstrual Hygiene Day is just in 2 days, Wednesday, May 28th. And we talked about during our last podcast episode that we have a Menstrual Hygiene Day game and challenge. The game is up. So the first 3 individuals to submit all correct answers will receive some of our products and services in honor of Menstrual Hygiene Day on May 28th. All right, guys. So we have a menstrual hygiene kit set up to give you so many great options to win if you complete the puzzle correctly and submit it before the deadline. We will include the link to the game and where all the rules and deadlines and everything you need to know about it will be located in the description of this episode. But we do also have additional options for you to improve your wellness, including our resource center with a plethora of different items from research to reports. We have womb terminology, we have wellness referrals, we have our archive blog, we also have recipes, just so much great information to help you to combat your period poverty and have better adequate menstrual education. We've been mentioning how many menstruators around the world just simply can't afford these products, but if you have access to an internet and can get access to us, sign up for our newsletter, you will have access to all the news, events, resources, and things that we have going on, and also referring you to other organizations that can be just as beneficial for your menstrual cycle journey. We also have our Pilates for Periods, which is our fitness and mindfulness program that we offer yoga, Pilates, meditation, and breath work. We also have KCA, the magazine, so if you prefer to read and gather your education through there, we have a variety of different online articles that can be beneficial for you in achieving optimal womb wellness. All right, guys. So as we recap for today, let's reiterate why Menstrual Hygiene Day on May 28th is so important. It is a day to acknowledge a fundamental biological process and ensure that everyone who menstruates can do so with dignity, safety, and health. And we also have to harbor in on that menstruation is not dirty. We want to destigmatize the idea that this is not a curse, and it is certainly not something to be ashamed of. It is a natural, beautiful, and healthy part of life for billions of menstruators globally. Now, by breaking this silence, by talking openly about periods, by supporting initiatives that address period poverty, and by educating yourselves and others, we can collectively challenge the stigma that has persisted for far too long and have a more period friendly world. Now let's work together towards a world where every menstruator has the resources and knowledge they need to manage their period safely and with dignity, free from shame and discomfort. Please share this episode with anyone you think may benefit or resonate. And let's continue to champion open conversations about menstrual health as we stay empowered. So be sure to like this podcast and be sure to sign up on our website for subscription to our newsletter, as we mentioned earlier, but also to our Kick Cramps Ass and Pilates for Periods YouTube pages that has additional resources, tools, and guidance to help you through your menstrual cycle journey. All right, guys. Now we want to send gratitude out to all of those for tuning in on this good Menstruation Monday. And we want to manifest a positive, productive, and peaceful menstrual journey ahead, wellness journey ahead, and remainder of the day. And we'll be speaking to you on next Menstruation Monday. Peace.